Welcome back, everybody, to the Freedom Action Adventure game Sonic Frontiers. I'm joined by my friend David. We are in the end game now. There are only 4 episodes left.
Yeah, pretty much near the end of Frontiers.
Yep. And you can bitch at me all you want. I eventually stopped editing the dialogue within the actual open zone, and I only edited the cutscene dialogue simply because it was
Dude,
taking way too long.
I'm not gonna blame you for that. I can't. I'm not blaming you for that. That's understandable.
The last episode is the worst case. There's so many cutscenes. Like, really bad for me. Took way too
Yeah.
long. Anyways, we are gonna continue this map-a-thon, and then I believe we finish Tails today. Actually, we don't. We play as Tails for the whole episode, don't we? Yeah, it's just the Tails episode today. And by this point, we've already recorded episode 1 of 06, but that won't be uploaded until after this series is finished. Yep. Dude, looking at the graphics in this game compared to 06 is crazy. This game looks so good, you know?
Honestly, yeah, it does. Compared to this, after after this, we were just doing an 06 playthrough, and the clear stark difference between graphics is insane.
Yeah, the PS3 was a long time ago, wasn't it? And yet to me, it still feels like a modern console. We got ourselves these Coco to unlock more of the map. I should note that the final episode would have been 2 hours, but I cut it down to be to less than that because I cut out me hunting down all the Cocos because it's just the same thing. You just fly everywhere as Tails, and it gets monotonous after a while.
Yeah. Plus, why would you have 100 miles to begin with?
To get the full map, because you only get the map that way in this island.
Wait, we're not talking about the Coco you find on the regular Coco you find in the main story, right?
No, you need all the coco. You need a lot of the coco to unlock the towers. You don't need all of them, but you do need quite a few. And you also need the lookout cocos as well. But if you play as Amy, you can get those really easily.
Which you were cutting out.
And also, some people don't actually even know about the lookout cocos. I saw so many people during their playthroughs get so many lookout cocos unintentionally that they never realized you needed them to unlock the towers. So yeah. It's one of those things where even unintentionally you can get them.
What's this song from?
It's original.
The Beginning of the Frontiers?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, in this episode, I actually start hunting down a lot of the Guardians, or in the Japanese, Divine Soldiers.
That's what they're called.
Which name do you think is better?
I don't know, I kind of prefer Guardians.
Really? You don't prefer Divine Soldiers? Why?
I don't know, I've been calling them Guardian more often, just used to that more.
Yeah, it's a case of you saw the English dub and you went with the English dub.
Yes, whatever.
I didn't realize there were this many Coco to look for.
At least not like Breath of the Wild Coco, where there were 900 of them.
Oh, the
And you have no
Koroks.
indicator. Yeah, the Korok.
Ah.
Okay, you kind of have an indicator. You can get a Korok mask. It only goes up when you need them to show where they are. Yeah, you kind of feel sorry for these Korok are just trapped in these things.
They're the lookouts.
So that's their job?
Yeah, to map out the islands. Because to be fair, it looks like we're flying through these islands. These islands are pretty big. It's just we're playing a Sonic character, so it feels small.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay, you put Trevor from GTA 5 in here, it's gonna take him like a week to get through it.
Oh, God.
No, seriously, how long would it take Trevor from GTA 5 to walk through this island?
Forever, that's for sure. How long would it take for Steve from Minecraft to get through this?
Well, Steve can walk, what, 1.5 meters per second?
I believe so, yeah.
Shouldn't take that long. No, it would take a while. I'm pretty sure somebody put the islands of Frontiers into Sonic, as in they've rebuilt them. I'll have to look into that. What the fuck did we talk about?
I don't know. We talked about a lot about Sonic in 06, which my sister saw Final Fantasy 6. She said she liked it. I'm kind of surprised we actually got another movie after like so long.
I mean, we got Jigsaw movies after the final chapter, so it makes sense. It's called Hollywood cannot come up with cool stuff nowadays, so they have to go look at the old stuff that was better and just do that again.
Wait, where would it said that Jigsaw 3D was the final chapter?
The movie was called Saw: The Final Chapter.
Well, I guess with how it ended, that would make sense.
To be honest, though, the new Saw movies, Jigsaw was really good.
I heard a lot about that one. Yeah.
The final trap was complete trash, but everything else about that movie was really good.
Oh, talking about the laser one?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the fuck did they get that from?
That's supposed to be the past. There's no shot.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how either.
Spiral was good too.
I still can't get the fact that they made that because Chris Rock wanted to be in the Saw movie. They that's a pretty silly reason. But anyway, what do you think about Saw X?
I haven't seen that one yet. Have you seen it?
I've seen clips.
I
It's
see.
here's kind of the thing about me. Despite me talking about horror movies and stuff, like I'm interested in it, I can't ever bring myself to see them.
Not me, dude. I love watching some horror movies.
I think the closest I've ever seen seeing a horror movie was okay. I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street, but that was like in the daytime at home.
Okay, a
So not
horror
a
movie that's not too scary but still has some good scares in it. Oculus from 2013. That one was good.
what that one about?
It's about an evil mirror.
Oh, she think I heard about that one.
That one was good. You should watch The Shining.
I'm trying to remember what was another horror movie that I've seen besides Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights
What
at
other
Freddy's
horror-
was not a true horror movie. That movie was not scary at all.
I'm aware. I'm trying to think what horror movie did I see in person before in theaters?
Who knows?
Not many.
Okay, this is one of the many cutscenes where the characters just talk about being cyberized. And
Alright.
I don't know why they made so many of these cutscenes. I think half the cutscenes in this island are just the characters complaining about having cyber bodies. Now, half the cutscenes are really good, but the other half, not. Here's one of the many Tales exclusive areas I have tried. I have not been able to get here as Sonic.
So what? You gotta break a combo or something?
No, you have to use the tornado to get here.
Was that a freaking spiral beam it summoned?
Yeah, it's his special attack from Sonic Adventure 2 during the boss fight. You never played Adventure 2, did you?
No, not play any of the Dreamcast games.
You can get them on Steam for like $5.
But I know the fact those aren't the original ones.
Yeah, but there's mods to fix that shit. I swear it's just this game though, because if we play any other game in the background, we can talk forever. What is it about
Probably,
this
yeah.
game that bothers us so much?
I don't know, especially considering we both love Frontiers a lot.
Yeah, this is a
We
game.
both agree that's a great game,
Yeah, this is a game that spoke to me, man. Oh yeah, regarding your Pokemon Nuzlocke, TikTok, buddy, I'm 14 gym badges in, and I already did the Elite Four.
I am getting to that. I just had a whole lot of things on the plate. Now that I'm actually getting back to doing that stuff, I'll get around to it. Especially since I'm gonna be doing much better over.
Where did he pull that from?
I have no idea. Okay, the power jack is a knife, and he just put it back in his ass.
That has to hurt.
The hammer spade is some of the most confusing things ever.
I don't think we've
it's what
ever
it's called.
gotten an explanation. I think it's like the Sonic characters can just absorb shit into their bodies, is what they're trying to say.
We never get the explanation ever. It's just a thing that can happen apparently.
Also, fun fact, one of the reasons for the rewriting of Generations, I found this out, is because rings are no longer canon. That's just a gameplay mechanic.
What?
The golden rings are just a gameplay mechanic now. That is no longer canon.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about that.
Which is why they got rid of the, he collects how many? Why? Where would somebody put all those gold rings? They got rid of that line completely in the remaster of Generations.
Yeah, I wondered why, but now I get the answer.
Yeah, but what explained the rest of the rewrites though?
I have no clue about those.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me as well. All of this for a compass, by the way. This whole puzzle thing for a compass. I think what it is with Sonic Frontiers is that we spoke our piece about this game at length. Don't you agree?
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking too, because like during the main gameplay, we talked the heck about the game a lot. I'm
And
not quite sure what else I have to say about it.
And the truth is, the extra story, while it adds a lot of details, a lot of it is a gameplay-focused experience, and we've already discussed this game's gameplay to death. Honestly, if the cyberized forms looked like that would be pretty cool. I don't truly like the whole filter.
Yeah, it's a mixed thing for me.
I mean, what do you think?
I kind of do like how they are here right now.
So-
the filter, it doesn't do it for me too.
That's why I did it, really, just to get rid of it, because the presentation doesn't look as good. That's an advantage of PC gaming. You can mod your games.
Which something you won't be able to do for other consoles, especially. Nope, not bring it up.
No, you can. We have nothing else to talk about. Just bring it up.
Okay, Switch 2, people. Nintendo updated their end utilizing agreement, but apparently now, if you buy a Switch 2, you don't actually own the product. You just have the license to play in Switch products, which basically means if they detect you using any sort of modifications on it, boom, they break your Switch. Just like that.
That has been a thing since 8th generation, though. The Wii U does the same thing, the 3DS does the same thing, the Xbox One does the same thing, the One S, the Series S, the Series X. When you do something like that, you have to completely disconnect your system from the internet.
I guess so.
To me, I just, all of this outrage, and I'm thinking to myself, where was all of this outrage when gas went up? Gasoline? Okay, where was all this outrage when they shut down the Keystone Pipeline? Kind of thing. I'm thinking to myself, if we just had this sort of energy, and we did it against some of the most needless government waste of all time, we would not care about an increase of $10 on the Switch 2. I mean, that's $10. $150. Ooh. $10 video games. $10 in difference is not gonna be the make or break it between debt or not. I don't know. The whole stuff is like, you don't own the shit. Yeah, we know. That's been the thing since 8th gen. We're gonna go into 10th gen with the Switch 2, and then God knows whatever the PS6 and whatever the next Xbox is, if we even get one. I mean, to be fair, Nintendo won the console war. Like, there's no argument there, right?
Yeah, no, bang that. Even despite all this, the Switch 2 is gonna be a good product that's gonna sell them the win.
Nintendo won the console war, which means that canonically, Blanc is the true goddess. Okay, that cutscene, stuff like that, right? It's an explanation to the story. I can see why they packed it away in this island here, as opposed to what they were doing in the main Oranos.
Speaking of this is still supposed to be Oranos, right? But why look? They just made it look bigger than a regular Oranos.
No, it's the same island. It's the same map. They just changed the platforming.
Which is there explanation for that, or just that it's supposedly how it looks like?
Well,
Meant to look here.
well, the answer is that all of these platforms are just visible because the characters are interacting with cyberspace. There are no platforms here, David.
There is no spoon.
Pretty much.
So what do you think? These are just these things aren't actually here.
Correct. From Sage's perspective, everybody is just flying.
Let's get the case with Sonic 2 in the regular map.
Yep. Sage cannot see any of the constructs. The only thing she can see are the towers. To her, it's just a really nice, lush green vegetation.
Interesting. Yeah, we have pretty much talked about everything about 06 at this. No, 06 Frontiers at this point.
Yeah. The truth is, we love the game, and there's no real argument there. That's partially why I think Violet and the 06 playthrough are going to be really good by comparison. It's the fact
we have
that
a lot more to talk about them.
We had so much to talk about because we didn't agree on practically anything, really.
Apparently we don't have to talk about when we debate about things.
Well, it is more dynamic commentary.
I guess, yeah. I think we'll probably make a Pokemon Legends playthrough hard, and we both love that too.
Yeah, we both really like that game.
Oh, you got it.
I think that's why I did Let's Go Eevee by myself, because I have pretty much just praise for that game outside of the difficulty, and that's really it. And I'm pretty sure you've never finished that game.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, that game and BDSP are the few mainline games I couldn't bring myself to finish.
You should play 06. Well,
you know,
just do it.
I probably maybe after the 06 playthrough with you, I'll finally have to buy it on Switch. Not on Switch.
What?
It's Steam.
06 isn't on Steam, dude.
It's not? I thought it was.
No, it's a disc game. PC has physical games too, you know.
The only one I knew about at the time was Spore. I didn't know other games were physical.
There's a lot of physical games. For example, the PC version of Sonic Heroes is only on disc. Same goes with Sonic Riders.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question. Are there PC emulators?
No, but you can get a 360 emulator like Zinnia and just do it that way to play the 360 version.
If I would do, I would get
RPCS3.
Yeah.
If you're gonna use RPCS3, there's a script you need to install so that you can fix the graphical glitches.
Yeah. But then either way, at some point, I will give 06 an actual chance. I doubt my feeling on the game will change, however.
No, I think it will change. There was a YouTube video series I watched by, let me pull up the guy's name, because it was a very interesting video series. Frozen Cavern. He started with the whole, this game is quote unquote one of the worst games ever made. It was critically hated, blah, blah, blah. And then by part 4, he was enjoying himself.
I doubt that'll be me.
What I think it is that during the 2000s era, the standards for games outside of graphics were a lot higher. So a game coming out unfinished was crazy. Nowadays, that happens all the damn time. And people really don't bat an eye. Cough, cough, Avatar, cough, cough, Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Because that game actually lost money as well.
What do you mean by Avatar? You mean that?
Avatar Frontiers of Pandora.
Oh, so talking about the last Airbender game.
No, I haven't played that. I'm talking about the blue people with the climate change propaganda movies.
No, they're making a third one, apparently.
Well, yeah, this first and second movie are some of the highest grossing movies of all time, and I still don't get it. I really don't.
But the first one, I think, is because it was when 3D movies were starting to be new.
Okay, the first one, I get it from a graphics perspective. That was very impressive for the time, and it still looks good today. But that movie wasn't that good. The actual movie itself, I don't think is good.
I remember seeing it first time in IMAX theaters.
Well, yeah, visually it's impressive, yeah. Okay, what's the main character of Avatar's name? What's his name?
It began with an M.
I'm gonna look this up. Because I have the balls to admit I didn't like that movie. Avatar Cast 2009. Dude, The guy's name was Jake Sully. Yeah, nobody can remember that movie. I'm telling you. People just thought it looked really good. There's that famous pop-in from Hedgehog Engine 2 again. Guys, please, just give us Hedgehog Engine 3 or use a different engine for the love of goodness, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
How did I... Ugh. Yeah, this is why I don't do the Breath of the Wild playthrough. We'll be on like episode 100 something, and we will have nothing to talk about. Some episodes will be entirely silent movies.
That is very true.
If you record it, I'll sit in with you and I'll do my damnness to talk, but no shot. No shot at all. Man, these gameplay focused episodes are really weird. You haven't played as Tails, have you? No, you did, but very little.
I need to eventually finish Final Horizon myself.
And because of the patches, it's really easy now compared to how it was when it first released. You're gonna see me absolutely bully these Guardians. I promise you, you couldn't do that when this update first came out.
Did you just infinite wrenches or something with a cyberspace?
I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
Does Tails just have infinite wrenches, or is he summoning them from cyberspace?
He's in cyberspace. Are you eating again?
What's wrong with me eating?
The microphone picks it up, and I don't want to hear the sounds of chewing.
And what I was saying is, does Tails just have infinite wrenches on him, or is he summoning them via cyberspace?
From cyberspace.
Okay, yeah, figured. That's how he's summoning his robot on his own too?
Yeah.
Just summoning...
It's from cyberspace.
Oh, wait, it's this place again. It's gone.
Oh, he's talking about Tails' gun.
The moment I bring it up.
You see, it seems like that. I get it for the character perspective, but what does that add to the narrative?
I don't know, sometimes people just like character interacting.
Yeah, but the best way to do character interaction is a way that both forwards the narrative and has the characters interact. You can do both. You see, if this is extreme mode, I'd have to restart already. Look at me absolutely dog walk this guy. You couldn't do this before.
That was just sad.
If you were playing prior to the update, what the enemies would do is they would just start jumping towards you and hit you before you could do something about that. You see what I mean by the update makes this too easy?
Yeah.
And my speed is now level 99 thanks to the powerful off-screen grinding. And my rings are now at level 91. So as Tails, I'm invincible.
I'm invincible. Invincible.
Tails, later on in this story, you're gonna say you don't even want to give Eggman credit for something. But you're supposed to be like, oh, but it's cool to work together anyways.
I mean, he was against working with him in Sonic Lost World too.
Yeah, but that was because Pontaf was writing, so I don't count that. Okay, Pontaf and Graf, good writtens. Actually, though, I don't actually hate them as people. I don't know them. I just don't like their work.
Yeah, that's fair. Is this me? Hold on. In the other name, not called Tails. Was I what now?
Because he called him your beloved Sonic, which in English you wouldn't say it like that.
I see.
So that's where the translator note is, because that sentence read really weird in English. That's an instance of localization being beneficial.
Right, because that would not help at all. The fanfics, no. Ugh.
I mean, to be fair, Ian Flynn, prior to working on the Sonic comics, I believe was like Tails co-writer. I think, no, not Tails co. What's the one with Sonic X Tails? Like, forget their fucking name.
I have no idea. I tend to avoid that stuff.
Yeah, he used to write that kind of fanfiction before he became a comic writer.
I see.
Maybe this is why he doesn't want to make Amy cool. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding about that.
Oh my god. Oh, you missed.
Yeah, I know. I'm bad at this. How did I get enough rings to do that? No shot that worked.
I have no idea. Well, it's still draining you even when you're doing that. It's kind of BS.
Well, no, you can complete the circuit and complete it while falling downwards, so it won't drain you. I just did it with bad timing. Putting it there, though, that is BS.
You almost fell off.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, that jump was crazy, wasn't it? Would you ever thought to do a jump like that?
Nope, definitely not.
Even the fights against these quote-unquote divine soldiers. There's a lot of symbolism in this game, but for some reason the English text gets rid of it.
Why?
Well, it's a case of if you change the names of things, so you lose the meaning. Okay, Juliet's line of that which we call a rose by another would still smell as sweet does not work when you get rid of connotation.
I guess, yeah. Tank plus.
I remember you died to this thing.
So do I, sadly.
But watch how I bully this poor idiot.
Oh my god.
You see what I mean by the update messed it up for everybody?
I mean, one day how you destroy Ninja, or whatever it was called, Shinobi?
It's Master Ninja Plus.
Yeah, that guy. Let's see how easy you destroyed that.
We finally have something to talk about. The fact that they nerfed these idiots.
Here it comes. Actually, I think this is it. Oh, nope, that's Caterpillar.
Yep. Dude. Time to clown on these idiots.
Why is that like a bird? Oh, shit.
because it's a machine.
Yeah, but it's called Caterpillar.
Well, Caterpillar is just a name that the devs gave it. We don't actually know the true name of these things. I just realized I did not grind my defense stat at all. It must be the post-traumatic stress from extreme mode where I just didn't bother upgrading that for shit.
Right. Hey, is it just me, or does Tails sound like she sound like Korone?
Inugami Korone?
Especially when Tails go Igayo! That sounds like Korone.
That is Korone Inugami's voice actress.
Wait, really?
That's her. Yeah, that's her. Odayo, that's Korone Inugami.
So Origami, so she voices Tails?
No, she just provided some sound effects for the character.
I see.
There's also some sound effects for Sonic, Amy, Knuckles as well, but they're most prominent with Tails.
Didn't know that.
Because around this time, Korone Inugami was very big on her thing of being an ambassador for Sega. Because she's not just a HoloLive streamer. She's also a Sega ambassador.
Oh, you're getting your butt kicked by Spider.
Yeah, at least they kept this boss somewhat intact, but they shrunk his health bar to nothing else. The way you were supposed to beat this guy completely changed.
In my playthrough, I tried to wrap the leg under him, wrap around his leg with side loop.
So that's what you were doing.
What do you do in the original before he was changed?
You had to trap him in an infinite side loop so that he would just take damage and then get stunned and stunned and stunned and stunned and stunned, and it would do damage to him. But it wasn't the quick side loop, you had to manually side loop, which made it difficult. I finally died in this playthrough. How many episodes was this?
19.
I think I did all right.
Yeah, to get to DLC for your first day, that's pretty good.
I really didn't die before that? That's crazy.
I guess not.
Yeah, at least that boss is still somewhat okay.
Right.
The other bosses, though, I don't know. They massacred my boys. And in the case of Giganto, girl.
I want to see how they do on Master Ninja now.
Oh, that guy gets clowned on. That I remember. So we have one boss that isn't ruined, and the rest of them are still ruined. Because if I recall correctly, the drain from Ghost was actually faster before the patch.
I think it might have been, yeah.
Because I remember trying to do it with 400 rings felt impossible. I didn't cut this out.
Guess not. Running around, getting more rings and such.
For example, Sage can see this pyramid, though. That means that this pyramid isn't connected to cyberspace. But the floating obstacles in the sky, yeah, this is cyberspace stuff. That pop-in, am I right? Although the pop-in is now canon.
It is.
Yeah, Sage, and I think Sage talks to one of the characters and says, how come it looks like the elements just appear right in front of us and then disappear as soon as we get too far away? Guys, that's almost as bad as Kryptonite Fog from Superman 64.
Oh, God.
The truth is, you guys just didn't know how to program render distance yet. Guys, come on, don't do this to me. We're not stupid. I think a child would fall for it, though.
Well, probably, yeah, but I don't know. I wouldn't matter here, but okay. Hey, I don't know.
Did you see that?
Yeah, what the fuck about that? What happened?
He has no health in this update.
Wow.
See, well, I'm just standing there because I'm in awe, too.
Not like he deserves anything good.
Yeah, but it's a good fight, though. And suddenly the graphics improved. What the hell happened? Whatever.
Yeah, looks better at night.
We're also gonna get into one of the labyrinths. In fact, the only labyrinth. So they didn't completely copy Breath of the Wild. They just copied one of the coolest aspects, the labyrinths. And we do the only cyberspace stage that survived the edit.
Everything else is gone?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that footage. It's just gone, man.
Caterpillar again.
We also finished the first of the runs with the side characters. We're gonna do 4 towers as Sonic, and then we go back to the side characters, and then we go back to Sonic for the ending. There are only 3 episodes left, people.
Really? I thought it was more.
Nope. Episode 22 is the end.
But I mean 32.
22.
Oh, wow, yeah, I'm blind. I think I thought it said 29.
Oh, no.
God, I'm blind.
Which means that this game, when you edit out all of the walking to everywhere, is really short. To be fair,
wow.
I didn't exactly save a lot of time in the actual gameplay, because this was still, I think, a 20-something hour playthrough. This is not a short game by any imagination, just to let you know and everyone else know ahead of time. If you're not a dedicated Sonic player, this game will take you 20 to 30 hours. However, if you are a Sonic player and you just want to beat the game, you can beat this in 5.5 hours comfortably on a first playthrough.
I don't think I'll be able to do that.
Because I remember I was watching the live streamers, and this guy Jaden15, he finished his playthrough of the game in 5.5 hours. And I think to myself, damn, he's making all the streamers look bad. Unleashed, I think, did his in 3 hours, which was crazy to me, you know? My playthrough, I believe, was give or take 40 hours for my second attempt. Because my first attempt was on a Switch, and that was never streamed anywhere. That was just for me and me alone.
Why did you also get on the Switch?
I have this game for the Switch, the Steam, the Series X, as well as the PlayStation 5.
You have a Series X?
My cousin does, and I bought it on his system so I could play it when I go to his house.
Oh, okay.
He called me insane for that.
Huh.
Yeah, you already have this game on so many systems. What happened? That was so
Yeah.
pathetic.
I was gonna say that too.
What, that it's pathetic or that I have the game many times?
You have the game anytime.
Look, if I really like the game,
Not the
I'll
job.
get it.
Alright.
Because here's the thing, I actually support the games I like. Okay, I'm not like those people who say, "Oh, Mass Effect was so good," but they bought them at sale for $5, and then when the games are full price, they never turn up. Or Dead Space and stuff like that.
Sounds familiar to someone I know. Sadly, that's me.
Sadly, that's me. Oh, and Neptunia.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm here paying the full $104 for SVS. I didn't buy the game at discount. I bought that game full priced. That's crazy though. Neptunia games really do be $100 when they're brand new. Would you have bought Sisters vs. Sisters for $104?
I don't know. Maybe? I'm not quite sure. I got it on the Switch just to put it back and get the
You okay?
like the characters. Yeah,
Maho and Henri.
And Higurashi.
No, Higurashi and Alice are on the PC version.
But yeah, Maho and Henri, so at least get those. But why? I don't know why they never brought them to the other versions.
Because Nintendo pays for extra shit. Because they know they're probably gonna get the weakest version technically, so they paid so that they can get extra features for a lot of their stuff.
And I get that. Then I get they accepted it because I have need more money for them too.
Yeah, Game Maker sold like shit.
And we know how people think about Doggo Riders.
Yep, the game is fine, but it's too expensive for the price. And also,
so which is why
I don't support the E-ratification of this shit.
Neither do I. Which is why we gotta hope that the next game is good.
Okay, Neptunia 5 better be a freaking 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
We should be hearing about it still in like maybe a month or two.
I think next month we hear about it. Or if you guys are watching this, you'll have already heard about us talking about it.
Oh, but yeah, for sure we talked about it a bunch of times already.
Absolutely.
I just want to play a good Neptunia game. I want the series to I want the franchise to continue.
Finish Mark 2 first. But yeah, I agree with you. I want the thing to continue as well. Anyhow, this is why Tails is broken. Instead of actually having to solve the labyrinth, you could just fly over the shit.
Broken as hell.
This is why they don't allow Tails in the cyberspace levels.
Though I remember, in Breath of the Wild, you can do this with Link. You just climb up the walls. There's no consequence to doing that. You can just easily climb.
True, but at least there's multiple labyrinths.
Hey, and into the more in sequel, since you have the land labyrinth, the bottom labyrinth, and the sky labyrinth.
Yeah, we only have one sky labyrinth in this game. They still copied Breath of the Wild, though. There's no excuse for this one.
But I do fair. The labyrinth here is much smaller.
Okay.
Or it's a lot bigger in the game, in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, this is how Tails is broken as well. He doesn't even need to go into the labyrinth. He can just fly over the thing. Dude, the Sonic cast being broken will never not be funny to me. No, seriously, Tails could carry his own game at this point. He has that many abilities.
I wouldn't mind a Tails the Hedgehog game.
Tails the Fox? Miles Tails Prower? Does he look like a hedgehog to you? Then again, neither does Sonic. But you get my point.
I mean, not every animal in this series look like what they are. Does Infinite look like a jackal to you?
No.
Exactly.
But at least they called him Jackal Squad Leader, though.
I guess that's true, yeah.
And there's the second ghost fight. Yippee. Look at me land on... Oh, never mind. I thought I was going to land on that rail and do an epic jump. Never mind. I think that's what I meant to do and just failed at it.
Probably, yeah.
The reason this doesn't work in the previous look at how much damage I did to him. Okay, genuinely, I don't like that the parry with Tails causes the enemies to slow down. Because it gets rid of the challenge, man. Because with Sonic's parry, you get access to a riposte. With Knuckles' parry, I actually don't remember what it does. Amy's parry allows you to poison the enemy, but Tails can stop time for temporarily? Isn't that a bit too good? What a freaking joke they made these bosses, man. I'll never forgive them for what they did. Okay, the Update 3 original bosses were absurdly hard, but at least they were completely optional, so it was okay to make them absurdly hard. Now there's no point to even get them, I would say.
Sorry, say again?
Because the original Update 3 bosses were considered very hard to the point where even adults were having issue with it. So to compensate, Update 4.1, they nerfed the bosses, but because the bosses were completely optional in the first place, now there's no reason to even go after them. At least I think so. Or do you disagree with me?
No, I see your point, yeah.
Yeah, but having them be absurd was crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. God, my God, why can't I speak? I agree with you, yes.
Maybe we just need to pick games that one of us likes and the other one doesn't from now on.
Probably, yeah, maybe. I was only give them more to talk about.
But the other problem with that is there's not a lot of games that we interact with, overlay with in that instance.
Very true, yeah. And I'd rather do anything but an Umineko playthrough.
We're not doing that. That would be 80 hours long.
Thank God.
I wouldn't even do that solo. You know,
It-
I was watching an Umineko playthrough on YouTube though, and there was this guy. He was so funny because he got to the scene where Erica puts the ring on Battler for the marriage, and
Okay.
he said, "When do the men get the rights? Men have no rights in this game." Real shit, by the way.
Huh.
There's the ghost.
Nothing. What do it work?
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, my buddy.
I don't know. I don't know what I am either. I'm losing track.
Yeah, they really did such a good job with this game.
Yeah.
Although apparently amongst the general consensus, this game is only about an 8, so it's a B.
I don't know why people say that, but the general consensus sucks. Spider Plus.
Yep, now that I actually grinded some levels, we're gonna pwn this thing. Yep, we're about to pound this spider into the ground. Okay, how do you hit spiders? Do you pound them? Do you smash them? What do you do?
Smash.
I see. Well, right now, Tails is about to give this spider a good pounding. It's not gonna
Except for the-
survive. Fucking hell.
Except for this one tarantula. We found it just in our pantry, who just in the middle of a shelf, and then it jumped off to the ground. We had to be careful with it. We put it into a bin and took it outside.
I
I
see.
have no idea how. It was big.
Hmm.
It was almost the palm of my hand.
Damn.
That's why we let him out. We could not stand near that thing.
I see. See, this is another thing. If we actually got to keep the very difficult boss fights, it would be really cool to discuss the strategies of fighting these divine soldiers with you. But we can't even do that anymore. Sega, you robbed us from an interesting conversation.
We had such a cool thing that could have happened, but no.
Yeah, whoever was in charge of update 1.4.1, you did a bad job.
You're fired!
No, don't say that, because if it was someone like Izuka, then we can't fire him. He's the only
Yeah,
guy from the original Sonic team left.
They get the trail, you know. It would be pretty bad to lose him.
Yeah, he's the only guy from the classic era left at that team.
Yeah, so we kind of need him.
Yeah, Izuka is to Sonic at this point what Miyamoto is to Mario. He's basically the guy from the beginning. And the truth is, the original guy, Mr. Yuji Naka, is no longer at Sega, so even worse. Okay, I've always said I want Yuji Naka back, but even if Yuji Naka came back, I don't think the issues would be fixed because a lot of the issues are corporate. Holy crap, what is wrong with me today? Why am I getting hit by the most still obstacles known to man? And game over.
Question.
Never mind, it's not game over yet. What?
Ouch.
What happened there?
You ran to the lake?
No, I walked into that like an idiot. Do you see what I mean? Look at how fast that health bar drains. What do you think?
How much did she keep saying that? Did we break her?
Who?
I was gonna say something about the Beatles, but I don't know what. I'm so lost.
The Beatles?
I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. My mind is going everywhere now, trying to think of something to talk about.
So where's your Halo 2 playthrough?
I'm gonna have to start that one though because it was recorded on active presenter, and I got rid of all that shit.
Oh yeah, it's not a problem. OBS will probably be easier.
For the picture, I'm gonna use controller for Halo 2 instead of just keyboard.
You're gonna have an even harder time then, but okay.
Hey, really? It's harder on controller?
Yeah, because you can't turn as fast as we can with a mouse.
That is very much true. Yes, I don't know what I was thinking about that.
Yeah, you can tell now. I've a really bad thing I've been able to pick up now since I started playing with keyboard and mouse. I can now tell who's playing on keyboard and who's playing on controller just by looking at the screen for a short amount of time.
Really?
Bothers the hell out of me.
Well, you have this strange sense.
Yeah,
that you can
because
just-
now whenever I see someone play an FPS game and I can tell they're on a controller, I no longer want to watch the series.
That makes sense.
Like unless I see on that timestamp like 15 years ago or whatever, I really don't.
What did this guy think?
No, we hacked into him to get access to cyberspace.
It was different than all the other ones we hacked. Did we even hack those, or did we just...
No, we're hacking into them so that we can release the Chaos Emeralds from cyberspace. Once again, hacking. Now, how Tails is doing this, I have no idea.
Well, Tails was smart enough to make a TV out of the paperclip. Or I forgot what he did. Made a supercomputer out of dishwashing, out of hand soap, and dish detergent. So I'm guessing...
He hacked a computer with laundry detergent and a toothpick.
Point is, I thought something like that could stop him.
Yeah, that's once again Pontaf being Pontaf, though. I hate that kind of writing.
Well, the Coronel voice anyone else in song, or she only voice Tails?
She voices Well, no, she doesn't voice Tails. She just voices some of Tails' like actions.
Okay, point is, you get what I mean.
Like when Tails boosts, it's Koro no Inogami. But when Tails is attacking, it's Tails' actress.
Then what does I don't know? I'm going. I don't know what I
For
was going to
example,
say.
when you hear the rings being collected, that's not Tails. That's the
What the-
rings sound effect.
What the
That's Koro
fuck
no
is?
Inogami.
What the fuck is that?
The end is coming.
She killed it. Switching right now.
This is where you ended your live stream at.
Ah, yeah. Talk about the new form, controlling the cyber part.
I remember when people hypothesized that we were gonna control hypersonic here during the hype train.
I kind of forgot where that come from. Like, where did the whole deal thing with hypersonic going back come from? I might that would like hyper that never gonna come back.
Yeah, the super emeralds are in a different dimension.
And people were thinking, and what did people were thinking? That never saw them before. Blaze in other dimensions, and then they see her a lot.
Yeah, but Blaze was also an amnesiac in 06.
In generations, wishing generations.
She was also in Generations, that is true. No,
And while I never confirm, I like to think she at least helped some residents come to her kingdom during forces.
is that true?
No, as my headcanon.
Ah, okay. But Blaze wasn't there,
Yeah.
though. She's in the Soul Dimension.
But the thing, as a headcanon, she brought refugees to the Soul Dimension to be safe.
You know, it's crazy to think that, according to the Twitter takeover, Eggman defeated Gun during Forces off screen. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way Shadow would ever let that happen.
Yeah, I was questioning that. How would that make any sense?
Okay, Gun is more dangerous than Eggman.
Right, that's the government.
Yeah. Eggman is one guy. Gun is a whole organization, a G unit of sorts. You know, the guardian unit of nations.
Right. So Eggman beating Gun makes no sense.
And if you're gonna do that, at least show it on screen, okay?
Yeah.
Show me Eggman hacked a missile and blew up all the bases or something. Then I would believe you.
Show Infinite destroying a whole bunch of bases by himself. That can at least add on to his power.
Yeah, make him look cool. You guys didn't need to give us this pointless backstory of him saying, I'm not weak, ah!
Yeah.
You know, as someone who actually likes to play Forces, I cannot defend that writing. That writing is atrocious.
A lot of things in Forces were like Tails against Chaos. Sonic, help me! You've beaten him before!
Still not as bad as the original line of Sonic, I guess I can meet you now soon.
Oh god.
Like, Tails really was about to accept death, wasn't he?
Tails, you've done so much shit. Don't forget your character development.
Yeah, what happened to this glorious character development? What this really leads on to is me saying, I miss the 2000s Amy. I really do. I hope, even though it's probably a fruitless hope, that we get the 2000s Amy for the movies.
Say again?
I hope that we get the 2000s Amy for the movies. They'll never do it.
Yeah, no, I don't see that happening, sadly.
How did Joker say it? They don't have the cojones to do that. It's like the one time I'll give credit to Jared Leto. That guy actually can act. The problem is that he had to follow up Heath Ledger, and he was fucked regardless. Even if he was the greatest Joker ever besides Heath Ledger, because Heath Ledger's performance exists, he'll never be considered good.
Right. Say not like Jared Leto can do a thing. Like Jared Leto with Morbius.
I didn't see that movie completely. I saw it once and just never finished it.
Yeah. Kind of for the best, actually. Morbius did not do good at all.
That movie lost so much money, and then people gaslit Sony into bringing it back to cinemas.
Which is insane.
Yeah, it's kind of like what happened with the Shining TV miniseries, the second attempt, really. Whoever the hell they got to play Jack Torrance, he was fucked. He could not replace Jack Nicholson. Okay.
No, they cannot.
Jack Nicholson was too good of an actor.
Also, you died.
No, I started over.
But yeah, you're definitely right about that.
It's like that. It's Jared Leto was fucked. The guy who got to play Jack in the Shining miniseries was fucked. It's kind of like why they can never do something like Rambo again. Whoever the hell they get next to play him, because it's not going to be Sylvester Stallone. That guy's too old now. He's not Sylvester Stallone. That's why it won't work. Oh right, this isn't 06. I can't just walk up the thing. I have to run.
Yeah, you want to pay for a little bit. You're already too used to the controls.
No, this has been. First of all, the last time I played this footage, episode 22, the last episode, that was recorded on January 19th, 2025.
That makes sense, I guess, yeah.
Okay, this is old footage. This is 2024 stuff we're watching. You know that, right? Isn't it weird how long it takes us to get to these episodes? It's like
pretty old.
Like whenever we do ZA, it's probably going to be uploaded in 2027 or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I do all the challenges for this level, but I somehow got rid of all the other... What is wrong with me?
I have no idea.
What?
You just Okay, wow. You did not do well in this level at all.
I already got the S rank though. This is a second run. I'm showing off all the challenges, that's why.
That's no rage good into you, hasn't it?
Time for the moon tokens. These are actually from, I believe, either Lost World or Colors.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah. And famously, well, infamously, I don't like Sonic Colors. I think that game's pretty bad.
Yeah, we pretty much discussed that already. I think I know I played Colors myself, but I kind of have a feeling it was pretty bad too.
Well, no, you should at least give it a shot. It's not the worst game in the world. I just thought it wasn't good. Maybe you and I are just different in that respect.
But you suggest I get the regular one, not the ultimate, right?
If you have a good enough PC, get the ultimate and then install the recolored mod to restore all of the Wii stuff.
Not sure if I could do that.
Yo, what is up with this lag now? What happened?
So it's not just me.
No, it has been quite a while since I recorded this footage, so even I'm reacting to this somewhat blind as well.
The big thing we think it will happen next could be anything.
Well, I know I win. That's all I know.
Yeah, figuring. Ow! Ow! I hit my elbow on my desk.
That's the worst.
It is.
Well, I'm very excited to attempt the new time bolt technology because it's gonna make editing so much easier now. It's too expensive though.
I need to be sure to give it a chance myself at some point.
You might want to make sure that you do like it though, because it's $350.
Oh, well, never mind. Never mind it.
It's a
Never mind it.
one-time
I thought
payment though. That's the only difference.
I thought it was free. Never mind.
It's a one-time payment.
Yeah, but I'm saving it up for Switch too.
I mean, I could get the
Right.
Switch too if I really want to, but I kind of don't. I still need to see the new 3D Mario.
Hold on, how long would that be? I don't think Odyssey or the Switch launch title, was it?
Odyssey is available through back compat. I'm not asking about
yeah.
that. When is the next like brand new 3D Mario? That's what's gonna make or break my
I know.
purchase.
But that's what I'm saying though. It would be a while until that gets revealed. Cause like Mario Odyssey was not a Switch launch title. I doubt the new one will be too.
Well, Mario Odyssey and also Mario Sunshine were supposed to be launch titles, but the game wasn't ready at the time, so they delayed them.
That makes sense, I guess.
So even in Sonic, I developed the fever that I did in Pokemon Sword, where I just walk everywhere instead of running.
And because of course, anything for a challenge, huh?
No, it's not for a challenge. I think I just forgot about the run button.
I guess that makes sense.
Damn, I'm freaking hungry. I want some chicken right now. But it's too late right now. I should be better off to just wake up in the morning and eat later.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. When you get hungry feeling, but it's too late to eat.
Yeah, it sucks. It's fine though. No harm, no foul.
Except for the harm of hunger.
Dude, you and I, we need some hunger in our lives.
Yeah, sad. You're right.
So, oh, by the way, story thing. This is the Dark Tails that Tails saw in his vision back in Chaos Island. We don't get to see him until now. And apparently this Tails talked mad shit to Tail, calling him worthless and unable to amount to anything.
Wow.
Yeah, this Black Tails is supposed to be his self-doubt.
Because of course self-doubt is in the color of black. I
Mm.
feel like gray would make more sense as a color.
Maybe. But then it would mix into the UI elements, and that's all 4 challenges completed.
Wow, D again? Is this level the new one too?
No. I got an S rank on the first run. You saw it.
I guess my mind blanked there. So I guess 1, 2 still remains the hardest level in this game.
I don't think so.
Well, the hardest level to get an S rank from.
I don't think so either.
No, 1, 2 is the worst.
No, the extreme version of 4-7 or 4-6 is harder. You got like 26 seconds to do it.
What's the extreme version of 1, 2?
55.
They give you more time, but
It's the same
They
amount of
had more
time
time
on the
than-
original. Both of them are 55 seconds.
oh,
And in my playthrough, you saw me do it in 47. It's not that bad.
yeah, I still don't know how you did that.
I played Sonic, that's how. What the fuck happened to the editing software?
I have no idea.
I promise you this doesn't happen in the final episode. And that's it for this one, gentlemen. Have a nice day.